Day to day, I work from home, so sometimes I'm sitting in my nightie and dressing gown at the office desk at 1 o'clock. But yeah, someone will call me or email me about a job. They'll email me the script, say it's a short film. Then I'll say, can I have a casting breakdown, which will give me an idea of the sort of actors they want. I usually put it on Spotlight, and then I'll rack my brains to think of people who I know, who I might have seen in the theatre or met for other things, and see if they're available. And then they'll give me the casting day, the venue, and there we go, we set up the casting. Tend to go along usually if I can. Often with student films it's quite hard to get there all the time, but yeah. I think it's always good if they've actually read the script, because some people don't, even if it's a short. Some boy came in the other day and it's like a 6-page short, and I said, what did you think of the script? He went, oh, I only read my bit, which was like 3 lines, so he couldn't really give an opinion about the script or have any idea about the character. So I think it's really advisable, particularly if it's a short film, to actually manage to read, 8 pages of it and have some sort of opinion. And maybe what you actually think about the character and how you relate to it personally is a really good thing to know. And then if you've had the script for a while, it's great to have the lines off. That really, really helps being off the book. But also be prepared if you've said it, you've been asked to deliver your lines by the director. If he gives you a totally different direction to deliver your lines that you might not have prepared for, you've got to be quite open to doing that, rather than have a set way that you've been looking in the mirror for a day and practicing. You've got to be very open to the director saying, actually, I want you to do it totally different. So that's a great skill to have. On stage, I do go to the theatre a lot, and with theatre I just think people that listen, people that are on that stage and they're in the moment the whole time, they're not just waiting to deliver their lines, but I often notice how much actors react as well on stage, and certainly when you're auditioning for film. We've been auditioning boys yesterday evening, and a lot of them had done a lot of theatre, but that's just the way this country is. But you really have to think of what you're doing. There's going to be a big screen. You don't need to project. You don't need to shout. It's a very internal thing that you need to absorb the character and what that character's trying to say, rather than try and project it anywhere. I think that's a massive thing, and a lot of actors tend to shout when they're being angry. People don't generally do that if they're angry. It's not, unless you're in a street fight or something. So I think there's very subtle ways of being able to project what your inner thoughts are, rather than demonstrating and shouting and getting to the back row of the stalls. It's not necessary for film, and I think, especially in America, the training there's a lot more film-based than it is here. I'm finding that's quite a tough barrier sometimes with casting film. God, well, this year, I'm on my 6th short film, so it's literally trying to remember every different script, every different story, every different character, exactly what you're looking for, where it's set, who the director is, what sort of director he is, what sort of actors he likes. And it's just trying to put those into 6 different little boxes and keep them all in my head at the same time. It's a bit of a juggling act, but it's doable, and it keeps me on my toes. So.